This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
So in the wake of Donald Trump's accounting firm, Mazars USA, firing him, yesterday it was announced, I did a story about it, and also saying that his financial paperwork, the statements that he has had drafted and sent to banks and disparate financial institutions, also the government relative to taxes, they said that those documents should not be relied upon. That's the words they used in their letter. Those documents should not be relied upon, and any people that you've sent them to, any organizations you've sent them to, should be notified that those documents should not be relied upon. Well, in the wake of this, Congress, who has a constitutional duty, the authority to provide oversight over government operations in the executive branch, two chairmen of committees have sent letters, or a chairwoman and a chairman of a committee sent a letter to the Honorable Ron Carnahan, the administrator of the General Services Administration. And they are asking that the lease be pulled from Donald Trump, who has a hotel in the old postal headquarters here in Washington, a block or so away from the White House. Donald Trump International Hotel here in D.C. They want that lease pulled before he has a chance to sell it for over $300 million. Sell that lease, profiting himself $75 or $100 million personally. Because if it was based on the Mazars USA documents that should not be relied upon, we got a problem. I have that letter right here, and I read 3 paragraphs from it. First, actually, make that 4 paragraphs. Dear Administrator Carnahan, we are concerned about several new developments related to former President Trump's lease for the old post office building, which former President Donald Trump and his company entered into in 2013 and held throughout his presidency. New information, including that former President Trump, all right, enough with the former President Trump, may have submitted inaccurate financial information to the federal government to obtain the lease, and that he stands to reap millions in profit from selling the lease, reinforce the serious ethical and legal concerns previously raised by the committee. And then you will note here, there are all kinds of footnotes on every single page of this 8-page. I only printed 3 here because I only need 3 pages. Lots of notes, lots of footnotes pointing to the things that they claim and the things that they are referencing. An evidence letter filled, chock full of evidence. First, the General Services Administration recently informed the committee that it had begun a 45-day review of the Trump Organization's plans to sell the lease for the old post office building in Washington, D.C. to a Miami-based investor group for $375 million, which appears to represent a significant premium over market rates. Again, as should be expected with any business dealing with Donald Trump, shady. Why would someone be paying well over market premium to Donald Trump unless some funny business is going on? If approved by the GSA, the General Services Administration, the sale would yield a profit of approximately $100 million to the Trump Organization, of which approximately $76 million would flow to ex-President Trump based on his continuing ownership stake in the Trump International Hotel, Washington, D.C. Further, they will call it the Trump Hotel. Now, here is the juicy part of this letter. Here's where they get down to brass tacks of their justification. This isn't just politically motivated. I'm sure that plays some role. They don't like the guy, and he has given them an in because his accounting practices and his lies are starting to catch up with him. Second, according to recent court filings, ex-President Trump's longtime accounting firm, Mazars USA, LLP, we will now call them Mazars, terminated its relationship with ex-President Trump and the Trump Organization following long-running scrutiny by the committee and other investigators. Mazars served as the auditor for the Trump Hotel, but the accounting firm has said that it has, quote, reached the point such that there is a non-waivable conflict of interest with the Trump organization, and that Mazars is, quote, not able to provide any new work product to the Trump organization, unquote. Mazars advised that 10 years worth of financial statements prepared for the former president, ex-president, referred to as statements of financial condition, and here we go, quote, should no longer be relied upon, and that the Trump organization should inform any recipients thereof who are currently relying upon one or more of those documents that those documents should not be relied upon. Right? I mean, am I the only one? Am I the only one who is pleased today at this news? It's one tiny step toward accountability. One half step toward consequence for Donald Trump. As part of his bid to win the old post office building lease, ex-President Trump submitted 3 years' worth of statements of financial condition, all compiled by Mazars, to the GSA. As the committee previously explained, those statements appear to be, quote, incomplete, misleading, and in violation of the express terms of the solicitation, unquote, given significant omissions in ex-President Donald Trump's listed assets and liabilities. Although the financial statements that former ex-President Trump submitted to the GSA preceded the 10 years of statements that Mazars has now redacted, the earlier statements submitted to GSA contain potential misrepresentations about former ex-President Donald Trump's assets that are similar to those identified by state investigators. Not looking good for the Trump family. Not looking good for Donnie Boy, who is embroiled in legal trouble, left and right, criminal and civil, both business-related and election interference-related. Maybe we will see some action. Not from the Department of Justice, but maybe we will see some action. Maybe Congress will pull their boots up and do something about this. What do you think, though? I would love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. Thanks for joining me today. Thank you for following me on social media. You can scream at me there and tell me how wrong I am there. And if I bring you value, if I do something for you that you appreciate, please consider supporting my work here on the platform. For as little as $1.99 a month, you can click this join button below the video wherever it is. I don't even know where I am in frame. And you can become a channel member for $2 a month. Or you can steer your browser over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. Both those are great ways to support what I do. And I'd love to see you on the team. Appreciate you guys very much. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine and take care of one another.